First things first, I would like to say a big thank you to whoever sent in Q&A questions for this Royal Rumble themed Q&A. I got a lot of good ones. Hopefully this means a fun Q&A. Might be a little bit lengthy, just a little bit of warning. But I appreciate all the questions. Thank you all for submitting questions for this one. If you like this video, make sure at the end of this video you leave a like. If you don't like it, leave a dislike. Subscribe to this channel, share this video, tell all your friends about it, and if you want a question answered in a future Q&A video, or if you want any information on our other pages, our Facebook group page, our Facebook page, our Twitter page, go to the description box down below for all the information that you need. I will say this. I apologize that this Q&A is happening a day late. Yesterday, I had to wear a heart monitor. Some serious stuff, but luckily I'm okay. So yeah, everything's good. I just needed to wear that for a day. Today, Tuesday, I took it off, returned it to the doctors. So yeah, just waiting to see what the results are. Just hope and pray for the best of me. Luckily, I feel fine. I look fine, so hopefully I am fine. But I don't want to, sit here and lie to you guys. That's why I didn't do the Q&A yesterday. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to be doing another one. One more announcement before I start. This Friday is the Unlimited Marathon, the second edition of the Unlimited Marathon, which means you are going to get new videos. One new video every hour on the hour from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and maybe some other videos mixed in between. It'll culminate with a special edition of the Unlimited podcast that will take place at 9 p.m. on Friday. So be on the lookout for that. Obviously, it's going to be mostly Royal Rumble themed because it is Royal Rumble weekend. But there will be some other reviews and other stuff mixed in there too. So it's not all about the Rumble. But whatever the case may be, that's Friday. So without any further ado, let's get to this Q&A. I'm coming to you on location at my boyfriend's house. So sorry if the lighting is a little bit off. The sound might be a little bit off too. Sorry about that. Let's start with Chris Rubio. 1997. What was the storyline between The Undertaker and Vader? It was a storyline used to further the feud between Undertaker and Paul Bearer. But it did lead to Vader defeating The Undertaker on a Big Four pay-per-view, which is something that's should be considered a big accomplishment. For someone who's undefeated at WrestleMania, defeating Undertaker at a Big Four pay-per-view is definitely a big deal. So yeah, it led to that happening. So, it's not the worst thing in the world for Vader. How did Stone Cold Steve Austin win the Rumble when he was already eliminated by Bret Hart? We don't talk about that. It never happened. 1999, how did Mr. McMahon win the Rumble but didn't face the champion at WrestleMania? Well, when you're the boss, you don't really need the title. Unfortunately, go to later that year, and Vince McMahon wound up winning the title. So yeah, that's how. What are your top 5 favorite Rumble matches? 2008, 2009, 2005, 1992, maybe for a while, 2004 was up there, and then Chris Benoit killed his family. 98. I'll go 98. Yeah, 98. So I named 5. Did you enjoy the 1 versus all Royal Rumble match for the world title? Not really, because it led to a predictable finish and a predictable main event of WrestleMania and a predictable result of the main event for WrestleMania, so no, not really. Just one big colossal waste of time. Didn't really accomplish anything. I don't know, wasn't really a big fan of it. Was it okay that The Rock helped Reigns win the 2015 Rumble? I suppose. but it really didn't do anything to help Reigns get over. They still wound up booing him, even though The Rock was there. Just goes to show that WWE Universe wants what they want, I guess. Matthew Mullins, if AJ was to lose the WWE Championship at the Rumble, who should win the title between Kevin and Sami? Aren't they doing a co-champions thing? I could be completely wrong, but I believe they're doing some sort of a co-champions thing at the Rumble, where if they win, they're both the champions, which would make this whole match even more stupid than it already is. Let's see. Paul Andrew Biello, do you see Shinsuke winning the Rumble? If they're not going with Roman Reigns, I can definitely see Shinsuke winning. Do I think that there's a huge chance of it happening? No. I'll put the odds around 50-50. But he could be a good fallback option if they're not going to go with Roman. I'll just leave it at that. Walter Main, what would you say is the best single performance in Rumble history? You'd probably have to go to Kane in 2001, and then Roman Reigns in 2014. Kane eliminated 11 guys, Reigns eliminated 12 guys. So there's two right off the bat. You can also say 1995, Shawn Michaels and the British Bulldog. You know, the same two people that entered numbers 1 and 2 were the final two in the Rumble. And they lasted an hour. You know, in 2004, Chris Benoit lasted an hour. 2006, when Rey Mysterio won the Rumble, he lasted an hour and 2 minutes. So you can always say that. A lot of people go by eliminations, but you can also go by time in the Rumble. And for time in the Rumble, you look at a guy like a Mysterio or a Benoit or a Michaels, or a British Bulldog, like I said. You know, an argument can be made for them too. What is your favorite Rumble match? Well, I named 5 of them. But out of those 5, I might go with 2005. Mainly because of what it set up. It was a good launching point for Batista. You know, even though Cena was the runner-up, it launched him too. Edge, he lasted over 40 minutes. It launched him too. So I'd probably go with that. You got more incredible performances out of guys like Rey Mysterio, who went a long time. Shawn Michaels went a while. Oh, another thing. That helped set up the Kurt Angle-Shawn Michaels feud, which I thought was really damn good. So yeah, 2005 did a lot. Not just in the Rumble match in terms of quality, but in terms of aftermath, in terms of leading up to WrestleMania. So I'd probably go 2005. Would you say Stone Cold is Mr. Royal Rumble? I mean, I guess if you're going by wins, then yes. If you're going by eliminations, it might be Kane. Even though he's never won a Rumble, I believe he holds the record for most all-time eliminations. So it could definitely be Kane as well. There's no question about that. I think a good argument can be made for him. Is the Rumble the best event of the year? Well, in recent years, the Rumble was used as a follow-up to Wrestle Kingdom, and based on that, the Rumble pay-per-views, the WWE tried to pump out the best Rumble pay-per-views they can to try to compete with Wrestle Kingdom, and ultimately that didn't work. But no, I would still go WrestleMania, because it is WrestleMania. Rumble's probably a close second. I would probably put SummerSlam third. I don't even think I would put Survivor Series in the top 4. I'd maybe put Money in the Bank fourth. I don't know. Are you surprised that they never did a Tag Team Royal Rumble? No. I don't really think that would have worked. Would have just been too much of a cluster. The elimination rules would have been ridiculous. That whole rule where, if one guy's eliminated, then the whole team's eliminated. I never liked that. I always thought that the entire team should be eliminated. Sorry, that's just me. But yeah, We're already getting a women's Royal Rumble. I don't want to see another Royal Rumble. I'm sorry, I just don't. What is your favorite non-Rumble match at the Rumble event? Michaels Triple H 2004 is up there. Michaels Edge at 2005 is up there. Edge versus Jeff Hardy 2009 is up there. What else? Cena Styles from last year. Those would probably be some of them. Was Triple H versus Scott Steiner the most disappointing match in Rumble history? You can make a case for it. In fact, not even Rumble history. You can make a case for it being one of the more disappointing matches in wrestling history. Because especially for a storyline that was really damn good, to get those kinds of matches out of guys like Triple H and Steiner that should perform better. Yeah, you could make a case for them being some of the most disappointing matches ever, let alone in the Rumble. Do you think the UK title division will have a presence in the Rumble? Maybe Pete Dunne makes an appearance, but I don't think so. I really don't think so. You'd probably see some more NXT guys. I don't know if they're going to be UK guys, but definitely a lot of NXT, or some NXT talents should show up, because you really need some surprise entrants, because nothing's going to stop WWE from going the predictable route of Roman winning. So in order to, give something back to the Philly fans, you should put some NXT guys in there. Something to liven up the crowd, because and this will actually lead into the next question, what's going to happen if Roman wins. Which leads to the next question of, will the Philly crowd hijack the show again? Yes. If the plan is still Roman winning, then yes. If you don't want a repeat of 2015, have Shinsuke win. He's an internet favorite. Have him win in a big way. Maybe have him be the last. Maybe have him and Roman be the last two, and have Shinsuke win there. Whatever the case may be, just don't do what you shouldn't do. Don't do the predictable. Don't go the predictable route. Do something different, please. Please, for the life of me, please. What would be the surprise entrance that would surprise you the most? Well, all the TNA guys that I wanted in WWE are now there. So the next best bet would maybe be Omega. To be fair, I haven't watched much Omega, and I still have to watch the rest of Wrestle Kingdom, because Wrestle Kingdom is also going to be included in the Unlimited Marathon. That is going to be reviewed. So yeah, I would probably go Omega, because I don't know if any WWE legend, unless maybe it's an ECW legend, maybe it's RVD, maybe, but I don't know. I really don't know. But that's actually it for the questions. Thank you all for submitting them. I hope to get more in the next Q&A. Speaking of the next Q&A, I'm adding a Q&A this Friday to go along with the Unlimited Marathon. It's going to be Roman Reigns themed. So post your Roman Reigns themed questions, down below in the description box, or in response to the post asking for your questions in the Unlimited Facebook group. Thanks, guys. See you later.